It's tripped. There we go. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Welcome back, y'all. What do you say? What do you know? Welcome back, y'all. It is a pleasure to be back in the Bubcast studio. So we are back. It is Super Bowl 58 episode. I am excited to bring this to y'all. I shot it this morning and it was horrible, the natural lighting. So we are going back to back and we are looking to get this bad boy up and running. So we got Kansas City versus San Francisco. San Francisco is minus 2.5 and the over-under is 47.5. Those are the numbers. It's probably going to change, tweak a half point here or there. It went up half a point earlier this afternoon. It went from 2 to 2.5. So we're going to start with bets. We're going to start with bets that we are going to hammer, lay this down, throw it in the pot. Gamble hard this one day a year. Gamble hard on Super Bowl Sunday. Don't worry about the results. I'm about to lay down a 12 play parlay for you later in the episode. So take San Francisco at minus 2.5. I smell game-winning field goal. If you can get San Francisco at minus 2.5, do it now. That way, when it goes to 3, you'll need more than a field goal because a game-winning field goal is definitely a scenario you want. It's bettors friendly. And then we're going to add some same game parlay. So we're going to have Christian McCaffrey will be over a touchdown and a half. I think he can do that easily. I think he can get 2, get 1 each half. I think that's definitely something McCaffrey can get done for sure. So looking forward for that. Travis Kelce also over a touchdown and a half. I think he can get 2 easily. So looking forward for that. Follow along, by the way, with the whiteboard. We're going to go over and discuss everything we're doing right here on the whiteboard. So if you need to tune in, follow that to have conversation, have discussions. And then finally, for that Christian McCaffrey first touchdown at plus 6,000. Those 3 lays. McCaffrey first touchdown, Kelce and McCaffrey over 1.5 touchdowns. $20 wins you $1,200. That's going to be 2 of the bets I lay. I think that thing is fantastic. Win some big money. So use that. That's our first bet to start off with. We're going to run some fun ones here. We're going to do tails for the coin toss. Tails never fails. Right now, heads is the favorite. Tails never fails. Over the national anthem. The national anthem is 90.5 seconds. That's about a minute and a half. So you're looking for a minute and 31 seconds. It's always over. Hammer the over. What color shirt is Usher going to be wearing for his halftime performance? I'm going black. Las Vegas, the Raiders play there. Let's go black. Sleek black velvet shirt. I'm going black. First commercial will be beer. It's always beer. It's going to be beer. If it's not beer, it's some sort of food, but I'm hammering beer. So you got some friendly ones. You know, you can't really gamble on those. You can lay some fun stuff with your friends and pick one and see who wins. It's fun to have. So some more bets we're going to lay down here that you can just check off, kind of like a couple randos you can just throw a couple bucks at and win about $8-10. So 49ers first team to score minus 120. That's $10 wins 20, so you double your money. 49ers to score first, more high-powered offense. Let that go. 49ers game winner is minus 110. 10 wins 20, another bet. So San Francisco gets a game-winning drive. Also, you know, with field goal. So another little thing to throw. And I think San Francisco gets a game-winning field goal. So those are some just fun bets to play. Get your friends involved, win some money. Gamble small, win big. You know, nothing crazy that needs to happen. You know, it's just something. Toss it in there, see what happens. Toss it $2, see if you can win $5-6 back. Some more. We're just going to keep laying these bets. I love laying bets for y'all. It's probably the best day of the year to lay all these bets. I'm probably going to lay more money on Sunday than I have the entire year. Chiefs' first drive results in a field goal is plus 325. $10 wins you 42. I think they're gonna get a good drive, stall out, and take a field goal attempt. It's right down the middle. You know, their favorite is to punt, so we're gonna avoid the favorite punting and go right to a field goal. San Francisco first drive, I'm gonna do turnover. I'm gonna gamble on this. I think Purdy this is where the interception comes, and that interception will be also part of a 12-leg parlay. So I think at plus 650. 10 wins you 75. So knock that down to 5 and win about $45, $50, $45, $40. Let it go. I mean, let it ride. It's same day parlay. Little ones, you know, Kittle, anytime touchdown. This is a robbery. Anytime touchdown for him is almost guaranteed. Plus 170, $5 wins you 15. Lay that down. Like I said, these are like knick-knack bets. Throw a couple peanuts into the fire, see what happens. You don't need to lay the mortgage on these, but let these ride. These are some fun, friendly bets that'll make the game enjoyable from kickoff to kick end. So, all right. I need everyone to pay attention. All 50 subscribers. This next bet is going to be huge. This is a 12-leg parlay. I'll get into the details of what the odds are and what money we can bring. But I'm going to go down each nice and slow. So pause this video. This video will be all over social media. I'll communicate it. I want you all to see who else does this with me. So let's throw it in here. So Kansas City total points over 23.5. High-powered game, shootout. I think that could happen. San Francisco over 25.5. Same thing. I think that offense is too potent to score 3 touchdowns and get a couple field goals. Total, which these first two fall in line with this one. Total points scored is over 43.5. Taking the over at 43.5. All we need is 44. Can we get 22 and 22? The first two fall in line with the first 3. The first 2 will hit, and then you get the third one. San Francisco at minus 2.5. Mahomes passing yards under 261. I think that's doable. Get like a nice 250, nothing crazy. I don't think he's going to throw for over 300 yards. I think 250's right over there. Purdy over 248. So you need Mahomes under 250 and you need Purdy over 250. I think that's I think that lines up well. Purdy, 1 interception. 1 interception is huge. I think he will get rushed, get uncomfortable. He threw one against Green Bay. I think it'll happen. I just need 1. Don't need a bunch, just need 1. Samuel over 4.5 receptions. 4.5 receptions is crazy. I think he'll get easily that. Kelsey over 6.5. Main target, throwing the ball. Kittle, a reception over 21.5. So I need, and Kelsey, a reception over 20.5. So I need both tight ends to catch a 22-yard pass or more. I think that's doable. I think those are going to be like medium plays. Not going to be a big play, but a medium play. And I think both of those can hit because that is their forte for sure. Catch, middle of the field. Give me 22 yards for both of them. Last but not least, CMC over 129.5 rushing and receiving combined, 129.5. I think that is a easy lay for him. I think he can get 130 yards between the two. That is a plus 25,000. $20 wins you $5,000. So you don't want to put 20, put 10. Win 2,500. Lay that bet. Have some fun. It's a 12-leg parlay. This entire parlay, until it falls apart, which is always the worst, will have you invested the entire game. If you're not a San Fran or Kansas City fan, lay this bet. Again, huge bets, huge fun. I'm laying all kinds of bets here at the Bubcast on Super Bowl Sunday. I plan on putting a little more money than I normally have. So we've definitely got some bets to play. Lost my train of thought. It's late. So I'm going to pick a Super Bowl MVP for each team. I think I'm going to go down and pick one for each team so it's not biased. If San Francisco wins, CMC will get it. I think CMC will have 3 touchdowns, a bunch of all-purpose yards. I think he'll end up getting it that way. If San Francisco does what they do offensively normally, I think CMC will get it. If KC gets it, I think it'll be Mahomes. I think Mahomes will do enough on the ground. He'll have a big rush to set up a first down, or a field goal attempt for the game winner. So Mahomes, I feel like his feet will end up determining what happens with KC's offense. I think late in the drive, he'll get a first down and set up for the game-winning drive. So look for his feet to be a real factor in that game-winning drive if Kansas City ends up pulling it out. So some general questions that I want to have for my fellow listeners that I think they can come up and approach me and they know who they are. They can talk about this. If Mahomes and KC win the Super Bowl, is he the GOAT? Yes or no? I know, pump the brakes. I agree. I think the door is cracked. I think this opens a little more if he gets it, and there could be a conversation. And I also think this win will get him on pace to not only surpass his Tom Brady's ring amount, but the GOAT. I think Mahomes is able to continue to do this successfully, so I don't think it's necessarily done and over with, but it's definitely leaning more towards in Mahomes' favor, in my opinion. especially with this group of no wide receivers except Kelsey, quote unquote. I know people are like he has got wide receivers. This will be a bigger win than what most of his wins are. Some headlines for this upcoming game. Does Purdy finally get over the hater mountain? Does he get the haters to go to bed with this win? Is it enough to consider him a quarterback than more than what they think of him being subpar? I don't think he's subpar. He's not in the category of what we currently saw in the playoffs with Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud. I also think that they're, two different types of QBs, but I think the haters and the mountaintop will get caught. And I think if he wins this, they can kind of put that to rest, see how he plays. If he game manages and performs well and does what he needs to do, I think the way he performs and plays can set up what the negativity is on his end. If he squeaks by and his other guys help him out, I don't know what kind of haters are what they're going to think of that performance. If they're going to be, he was bailed out or he wasn't bailed out. So just a nice thought to have during the game. And Purdy wins, he'll be the first player that was drafted last, but the last pick to win the Super Bowl. So that's kind of cool to know, and have all that kind of information. It'd be kind of cool to see that Mr. Irrelevant to Mr. Super Bowl. I think that'd be a good cover. Can Shanahan finally beat Reed? He has not. It has always been his Achilles heel. Does Shanahan finally get over that hump? I think a Shanahan loss is more important than an Andy Reid win, because Shanahan is just getting dealt these cards and it just hasn't gone his way. He's gotten to he's gotten to A and B and C, just hasn't gotten that over that hump. I don't think it would be anything spectacular for Reid. I think if he got it, they'd be like, okay, what a surprise. Crazy question, does Andy Reid retire after another Super Bowl win? He's a grandpa, he's got a lot of grandkids. I wonder if he retires. Something to think about. Something to have a conversation at the water cooler. Will all these moves that San Francisco has done, will that pay off for them? Do they finally have the pieces and the connectivity? Do they move on from Purdy if it's not done? Do they need to just find a quarterback and get a quarterback to plug into that offense? Because they get, a quarterback that can do just a little bit more than Purdy. Do they move on from it if they can't get it done? If he struggles, what does San Francisco do? So a lot of answers on what San Francisco does, if this doesn't go their way. This is what each team needs to do if they're going to win. So San Francisco, CMC needs to be the workhorse. He needs to have 2+ touchdowns. He needs to have 2 rushing, maybe even 1 receiving. He needs to have like 150 total yards of rushing and receiving. If he has over 100 yards rushing and a couple 20, 30 yards receiving, I think they get it done. I think CMC, if they carry that horse, they carry him to the title. I think he does just enough, and they get him. They ride that horse to the title. Purdy needs to protect the ball. If Purdy has turnovers, goodbye, good night, tuck in, good night. It's over. Bon voyage, my boy. Purdy needs to protect the ball. He needs to realize he needs a game player, game manager. He needs to know his role, and he needs to do that role really, really well. Debo sets the pace. He bails out Purdy when Purdy needs a quick dropout, quick pass, quick dump. That's what they're looking for. Debo, they're off. When he's in, that offense is just totally different. What Kansas City needs to do, be able to rushing game from Mahomes. Mahomes, with that rushing game and out of the pocket, make the defense move, keep drives alive. I think Mahomes' feet's going to have a big, big, big thing with what the Super Bowl outcome turns out to based on Mahomes' feet. Can those ends contain him? If they roll out, are those ends going to be able to get him? Are they only containing ends? If he bails out, are they going to be able to follow him and tape that thing up? Kelsey being involved heavily, just like CMC being the workhorse, Kelsey needs to be the workhorse. And if Kelsey's the workhorse, 2 touchdowns, 150, 160 yards, Kelsey needs to be, a prominent piece of that offense. KC's defense, force turnovers, make it hard for Purdy, be able to focus just on McCarthy or CMC, and, really make it uncomfortable, make the pocket move, make Purdy get uncomfortable on his feet and force throws and just not be in the rhythm that he is normally accustomed to, make it rocky for him. And if Kansas City can have a rushing game, if Kansas City's rushing game can do more than what they've already been doing, if they can get, a touchdown or 2 from Pacheco, if Pacheco can get big rushes on first downs and move the chains and the rushing game is more involved and it's not all on Mahomes, and it makes the defense worry more about all aspects of offense, not just the receivers and the tight ends and Patrick Mahomes. So that is my Super Bowl 58 episode. So listen, this is a big deal for me. This is my first Super Bowl episode. I'm looking forward to all the posts on social media and seeing what the game ends up turning out to be. Gonna be laying the bets and posting everything on Twitter and social media and TikTok. I'm gonna lay them down real quick, probably type them out, take a picture, write them on the right board, do something where everyone can see what's going on. We're gonna be going live Super Bowl Sunday at Uncle Dean's, so it's gonna be huge. First live setting, all the cousins. It's gonna be an absolute craziness. So please tune in live if you want to tune in. We'll probably start at kickoff once the game gets rolling. Put us on YouTube, watch the game, watch us. Just keep getting us involved. Appreciate everybody. Tune in and thanks for watching this video, and it'll be uploaded here in a couple hours. Have a good Thursday night.